Let's face it, whether your MSP is big or small, you have a treasure trove of opportunity sitting right there within your existing customer base. Salesbuildr's whitespace analysis module helps you unlock it. We help you identify upcoming contract renewals, potential underbilling situations, services customers aren't using yet, and ultimately, the most profitable account growth opportunities. The magic lies in the visual nature of the interface. It's an at-a-glance window into what you sold, to who, and the revenue generated per service. If you want more detail, you just click on a tile to drill down into that specific contract where you can see line items and verify if you're over or under billing, all within the same platform. Spot an opportunity, simply choose the product, select a customer, and then send them a beautiful proposal, if that's appropriate, with tailored content sections in seconds. Use the powerful filters to help you refine your search. Know a particular service that pairs well with another one? We'll show all customers with that service and identify existing deals with handy yellow tiles so you can avoid pestering customers who are already having a conversation with the business. Set up custom views for your team. Select only companies assigned to a specific account manager, ensuring that everyone is focused on their opportunities. Need to prioritize renewals? Well, you can use the drop-down to show only contracts ending this month, for example. Whitespace selling empowers your team to get laser focused on the profit potential within your customer base. Salesbuildr makes it effortless to identify opportunities, whether it's information for your next QBR or TBR, or a proposal ready to send there and then. You can start a free trial today. You can connect your PSA and discover right now where the hidden profits lie in your business. And if you need a hand getting started, just let us know. We're right here, ready to help.
Hey, look at that. And there we are. A very good afternoon, good morning to you, wherever you're watching this from. I hope you had a fabulous Christmas. From all of the Salesbuildr team, I've got Victor, Martijn. Yeah, very good. Very good.
To see you too.
Yeah, in person.
In person.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Almost never happens.
That's it. Real human interaction is what it's all about today. So those of you who are more observant may know we're a Dutch company. So we're actually having our QBR here right in the centre of Amsterdam on the Single, if you know where that is. In one of the beautiful old buildings, so we thought, right, we're not going to miss the opportunity to give you an update about the latest features in the product, but also what a great opportunity to do it from this wonderful building and to get together and have a chat about this stuff. So we're live on both LinkedIn and YouTube. This is supposed to be an interactive session. We've got quite a few bits to get through in terms of what's new in the product. No better people really to have with me in terms of running you through that. So that's what we're going to do. But if you've got any questions on the way, please just fire them in. So I'm going to keep an eye on the comments, and we're just going to run through on Victor's machine.
Yes,
hopefully some of the great new stuff that's been coming in the product. Thank you to Martijn and your team, really, I think.
Yeah, well, thank you. Maybe too much honor. It's not all built by me, of course, but we had a very nice release of multiple features last couple of weeks, and I just realized that one important thing I actually didn't put on the list, which is the release of our public API.
Okay, all right.
So I just wanted to highlight that. So if you are interested in building an integration with Salesbuildr, please check it out. Salesbuildr instance/public-API, fully documented and ready to build awesome integrations with our system.
Excellent. So you heard it here first. We've got public APIs, fully supported, fully documented now. So there's so many MSPs that are interested in building their own applications around Salesbuildr. So it's a really good step forward. Okay, so let's get stepped into it then, shall we? Let's have a quick look. So first of all, Victor, do you want to share your screen and then we can have a look?
I think it's already shared.
That's done, right? Okay.
I think you're in control of the whole show.
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? We're all in trouble. Okay, so
good.
First thing we've got is got a nice new navigation menu. So this is lovely to see. Some light UI improvements to show you very quickly.
Look at this, like a nice, mature.
Yeah.
Click on your name, access the universe.
Excellent. We like that one. Then we've got a feature called, it's a quote signing certificate, which sounds Sounds pretty exciting. It's a really nice addition to have in there, isn't it? So
It is, and I think we looked at what's in the market today, what's best practice, like what's best in class, and when you think about it, you want evidence. It's basically evidence based, right? You want a proposal, you want to see what happened to the proposal, who did what, who signed. We wanted to make it a bit more formal, so we added a certificate of completion.
what was there before, by the way?
It was just a signature and an IP address timestamp, the approved date, and a name.
Okay.
And we now, it's a page, we now insert a page, but it also has the audit trail that shows you what happened, right? Submitted, it got sent to the customer viewed it, and then it got approved and ordered.
So not only is that a best practice, but it's a compliance thing as well, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just adheres to having a complete story in case it's required. One thing we also did is add a checkbox on the signature page, which requests explicit consent and explains that the digital signature is a substitute for the real thing.
Right.
And
yeah.
by checking that box that you agree with the fact that it will be treated as such. It's a formality, because if you sign something in a digital way, of course you already sort of comply by doing it, right?
Yes,
but it's a formality that we added just to make sure that it's watertight. And this is a part of it, just that you know, to have a complete picture and actually a more solid base of evidence than you would have with a paper version.
Fantastic. Okay, good. That's great new addition.
There you go.
We've got the so email template language configuration.
Yes.
So you've got the option to have multilingual email template. So for example, you might use this if let's say you're looking into the white space and you're looking for opportunities, and then you want to follow up on the opportunities that you've seen. You want to send a template to your customers. You've now got the ability to just easily switch between, as you can see there, you've got a little drop down, Dutch and English at the moment.
Yeah, and this has been a highly requested feature for a long while. But now we have, you know, AI, and it's now easier to do because the machine does it for you. So in this case, you're seeing the original, which is in English. And there you go, and it's easy to just translate into Portuguese or French.
Good stuff.
And click to translate, and there's your French email. So if you have customers in multiple different regions or who speak different languages, you can now get more into it with your customer, and they will appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? I didn't realize it was actually it went beyond English and Dutch, so that's great. So also we've got service code notes in whitespace. So this is a nice simple feature. So if we have a look at the whitespace, we can see you can add notes to service codes, right?
Yeah, well, service codes, yes, service codes notes. But what you want to do, actually, what you're looking at here, is you have a row. You have all the rows that contain your customers, and then you got all your service categories, also called service codes, but that's Auditor specific language. But anyway, if I'm talking to a customer, I have a customer visit, we have a cup of coffee, and I have a conversation with you about our new fiber solutions, and then you say to me, well, that's all well and nice, but I'm in contract.
Yes.
Until November this year.
Yeah.
So I love your new solution, but let's talk in November. Now I want to go to connectivity, and I want to add a note, and then I'm going to say, talk to James, in contract until November 2025, follow up later. And then click save, and now I have a note. So every time I go here, I select show me my customers, I can see there's a note here, and I can click on the note, and I can see the note.
That's great.
So I could just dump my brain, dump my insights, and it's all under my fingertips.
So the reason we do this is because this should be serving as the place that, as a salesperson, account manager, you're working out of. So it's so important that you're building up this picture all the time. Obviously, you're trying to turn those blanks into filled gaps, or filled cells. But also, you want to have a clear picture of the notes and what's going on with all your customers.
You want to have an overview, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, what else have we got on the list? So we've mentioned a couple of times on this update that we're now able to support Pax8. So we've got a nice integration. You can pull in the products, but what we've added now is the ability to actually pull in the sort of the product variant. So you can see here the monthly and annual terms. So when you're linking Pax8 products to your portfolio, when you're taking one from because obviously you could sell numerous products from their portfolio, but when you're building your portfolio, you can also select, you can see the terms and you can select them as the ones that are available within your portfolio, right?
Exactly, because what's important here is that the price can be different, as you can see here, right? This is the Pax8 catalog, which is built inside Salesbuildr for your convenience. So you can just scroll around and then you can then filter for, okay, show me what I don't have in my portfolio today. And then you can select for the vendor. And then as you scroll down, for example, here's a product. It's not a well-known one, but it doesn't really matter. And it shows you the billing term and it shows you the commitment term. So annual, monthly, annual, yearly. And you can see as depending on the billing term and the commitment term, there's a different price. So what we now did is when you link the product, and you can now create that product inside your portfolio and it will create it for you. You can select, okay, what variants do I want to offer to my customers? And then it will create different products with a different term and a different commitment and a different price. So when you go and do your proposal, you select exactly the one you want to offer to your customer, or you can make the customer choose, but it will have the correct pricing. You don't run into problems because you forgot to update the pricing because you picked another term or commitment.
So is one of the reasons we do this to streamline what's available to the salespeople in order to create quotes? Is that one of the reasons we don't just say, right, have everything? Is that
Yes, one is like that you want to offer the correct solutions and the correct term and commitment with the correct pricing upfront in your proposal. But the other thing, you want to avoid issues with your billing.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So you want to set up the correct services.
So if you work in a certain way, you don't want some services that contradict with the way you're working.
Well, you don't want to manually have to update your contracts to make sure that it reflects the accurate pricing. So you want the software to handle that, so you prevent mistakes. So we create multiple services instances with different terms, so you can always pick the right one, and the invoice will also be correct without having to manually update it every time according to what you sold in the proposal.
Okay, so it's absolutely an essential feature then, isn't
it?
It
is an essential feature, and lots of things are going south because you don't have the capability.
Yeah.
We have a couple of purchase order features. Martijn, do you want to mention these? So we've got TD Synnex and Pax8 purchase order improvements.
Yeah, well, actually launched. So we started with purchase order automation for Ingram Micro, which has been live for a while. And we added this for Pax8 and TD Synnex as well. So you can do all your ordering directly from Salesbuildr.
That's a huge thing, yeah.
It will make a lot of people's lives very easy.
Yes. So previously, you would have had to go through. I think it was like a one sale wizard, wasn't it? It was a 5-step wizard. You would have had to do for. That was for not for TD Synnex.
Well, it was like when you have an approved proposal, your customer says, "Okay, I want this. Here's my signature. It's now approved." Now you have to push it to your PSA. And then for one-off products, it creates a post-sale ticket, specifically for other tasks.
So that bit remains the same?
No.
Okay.
It also shortcuts it. So instead of having to do the one opportunity wizard to create that ticket with all the products, we do it for you with a click of a button. But then you also have to create the purchase order in the PSA, right? And you have to place the products on there, and then you have to open a basket on the website of your distributor, and then normally people paste the part numbers in there, and then submit the purchase order.
Painful.
So we do that all for you. So we create the post-sale ticket, we create the purchase order in the PSA, we submit the purchase order through the API of your distributor. So we take out the manual work and the copy and pasting as to streamline everything and prevent the mistakes.
Excellent.
And we log every step along the way. So within the change log in Salesbuildr, you can actually see
Yes.
who's been doing the ordering, when, how, etc. So
That can be handy for feedback purposes.
Yeah, or if there's any
And
orders placed that shouldn't be, or
certification, ISO maybe.
Yeah, certification.
Yeah.
And here's a nice overview of, we're not sharing the screen anymore, but if we would share the screen, the other cool thing here is I'm now in a company card, and as you can see, you can go to quotes, opportunities, contacts, contracts, but you can also now view the orders that have been placed for this customer. So you can see Copaco, you can see Pax8, you can see Micro. So it gives you again another perspective on your customer. You can see, okay, what's happening here.
Exactly what they're doing. Yes, it's building up nicely. Good product, this, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, right, let's have a look. What else have we got on the list? So we've logged purchase order events, and finally, it's just a multi-language support throughout the platform. So, Martijn, fairly straightforward one, this one.
Yeah. So, well, basically now in the top right menu, which we introduced, there's a link to the manage your profile, and there you can now select in the top left which language you want to use.
Okay, so
yeah,
Now Dutch.
yeah,
English or Dutch for the moment.
Oh, look at
yeah.
May expand in the future.
Exactly. We can add new languages, which many people think is a matter of dumping the labels and pulling it through a translator and uploading, and then you're done. But you actually need to double check that the translations still fit, the elements in your application. So it requires a little bit more work, but it will be quite easy for us to add new languages when required. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So that builds on the multilingual quote support we already had. We've now got the interface as well. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, excellent. So if you're working in an international setting, or
Yeah,
you've got the
we
support
already
there.
had the localizations and the currencies and everything. So it sort of makes it complete now.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
You're here in Greenland, could be a new market, so
Yes, that's going to
we're
be top,
looking into that
top of the list.
geographic area.
I would say. Brilliant. Right, listen, well, I think that's brought us to the end of our list of improvements. There's a whole load, there's a raft of security stuff and tiny little tweaks that you can find more information about in the release notes. But we just try and, if we can, cherry pick the best stuff that we think will be of interest to you. So there's a nice mix of productivity and usability improvements there. If you've got any questions about this stuff, I will just check in actually. So feel free to drop me a note if you've got any questions. I'll keep an eye on that. But otherwise, guys, I'll bid you farewell for the moment, and I'll hand over to, it's going to be Bram next, who's going to do our top tips.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was a smooth transition there.
I'm hanging around in this one because that was so poor. That changeover was so poor. This is so difficult when it's not
When it's
on
not
your
on
own
screen.
unique screen. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to just press another button than to switch this camera around. Isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And then Victor and Martijn have just had to just dash off very quickly to get out of shot. So yeah, it's a professional production. What can we say?
I think nobody noticed it until we said it.
I felt it was smooth until
smooth
we
as-
shone a light on it. Listen, this is the section where you get to give a top tip from the front line. You're speaking to lots of customers at the moment.
Yeah.
Doing lots of onboardings and
Yeah.
lots of handling queries and things. So, tell me, what have you got for us in terms of a tip for this week?
Yeah,
Month.
so for the month, yeah. No, so for today, I'm gonna talk about something that some of our customers are already very familiar with. So they're gonna be like, "Hey, Bram, what are you on about? Like, this has been known for centuries."
Okay.
And others will not know about. And the reason that I'm saying it today is because I have noticed that every time I bring it up, there are people that have never heard that this is a thing that we do.
Okay.
And it's talking about feature requests. So feature requests for a lot of customers, this will get their hair stand up straight, because I think the term feature requests has quite a bad rep in the industry.
Yes.
Being like, oh, we don't do it.
It's that black hole. It's that black hole, isn't it? That's just
There you go.
Thank you for that.
Yes, there you go. That's
Not the case here.
No, we do it a little bit different, and I thought I would like to explain a little bit about how you actually put in a feature request and what we do with it once that happens.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, as with everything, on the right bottom of our screen, you always have a little tooltip that you can use to browse through our documentation or to chat with us.
It's intercom, isn't it?
The intercom.
Intercom,
Yeah.
Okay, so you look for there's a little blue circle in the corner at all times. You can always access.
Yeah, exactly.
Help.
And there's also a link that will lead you towards the page where we do feature requests.
Okay.
Now, what we use for that is a function called like upvote or something like that. And we have kind of an upvoting system built in there. So you can push in your feature request being like, hey, guys, we want, we want to have an example. We had a big one where people wanted page numbers on the bottom of their quotes.
Yeah.
So somebody put that in, and then people voted on it. And when there were more votes on it, so we kind of look at all the features that are being pushed in there.
Yeah.
And we kind of make a balance. How many people are asking for this, and how much work is it to actually do this, right? And at some point we were like, okay, enough people want this, so let's add it to our sprints. And the entire time when we build things, we kind of look at the how many people actually want this and how long it is to build, and then we kind of put that onto our roadmap. We try to, every release, try to do like one or two of those features to implement into our tooling. So we also build things that we know are actually going to be used. Unfortunately, we've also had in the past, especially when we were just starting out, where we built something because people thought that it was going to be useful for everybody, and we thought it was going to be useful for everybody, and then ended up being used by only one person.
Yeah.
So this is for us knowing, like, okay, when we're building this, we know that it's going to be used. We can prioritize, right? So sometimes we still implement things that we think is a very good idea, but doesn't have as many votes, just because it's a very easy fix. But at least it gives us a clear idea of where our priorities should lie, being where the customers want our priorities to lie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does. And I think it's the fact that we use it as every month. You know, we're always looking at every sprint. We're using it as we will definitely take a couple. So if you've got some burning feature requests, and in fact, actually, even internally. So if some of the team have ideas, we still have to put our requests onto that board, and then we have to hope that you guys like them and bring them to the top. So it's very much a part of our development process. So as Bram said, click on the intercom, go within our knowledge base, you'll see it there, there's a link, and make sure if there's something that you need, whether it's usability, obviously bugs and things, you would just type straight into the
of course, like bugs are apart from that, right? We don't want those.
If you find something, but yeah, if you've got a feature, make sure you get it in there. So always be, when you're using the software, always be thinking about how could I make this better? We're really keen. We're a small agile team, so we can actually do this stuff, which is why it's worth mentioning again. So yeah, really good shout.
And also a special tip for our Dutchies, being I know that I speak Dutch, so I'm able to understand what it says when you put a feature request in Dutch, but you will be missing like half the upvotes, of course, because
it's a really good point.
So we have customers, actually a lot of customers, that just scroll through kind of like ideas to see like, hey, is this something that I want as well? And then they upvote multiple things. And then again, if you're typing something in Dutch, then you're just missing half of our customer base. That's a special tip for the Dutchies.
That's good. I like that. Listen, Bram, pleasure spending time with you. Actually doing this in person, even though it's a little bit slightly more clunky than perhaps if we do it remote. But listen, thank you for tuning in and taking just a small amount of your precious time. I hope this is useful. If you're watching it on record, feel free to always get in touch with us. The intercom probably is the best way to do that. Actually, you're welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn for any sort of product inquiries or anything of that nature. But if you've got a specific request about a feature, use the intercom and you can get straight through to us, and we respond pretty rapidly. So appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next one. This was a slightly truncated version because we're here live, but tune in again same time next month, and there'll be product updates and much more to add to the product information we're sharing with you. Okay, all the best from Bram and I.
All the best. Have a great day.
Take care.
Bye.